inside. Dixon. Didn't bring any of my other pot upstairs with you.
Uh-huh.
Got plenty up here.
What's that?
So I didn't bring any of my pot up with me.
Oh, well, might run out.
I got enough for this.
Oh,
But
the
it's,
bag on the
yeah,
other
no,
side.
I'm
too.
saying, yeah, you know,
Selection, man.
once you get used to, if you have wax, it is okay. You just have to know not to hit it hard.
Yeah, you have to be careful, more careful.
Well, like if you put it on top and let it and melt it,
That's what I do.
what you do is you just take it really light. I mean, it's just like smoking hash.
Once you get
Okay.
used to it,
But thing is, sometimes, some reason, get a little bit of extra something in it, it gets more smoke. And all of a sudden, that's what makes you cough.
Exactly. well, that wax will
Well,
give you great hits and there's no smoke in it hardly. And you'll be sitting there saying, wow, and you breathe out and say, where'd all the smoke go? Had to be smoke in there.
yeah, no, you were just getting literally nothing but the fucking chemicals.
I've got, there's no chemicals, I mean,
You were
No.
getting THC and whatever was the bonding element. This is water vapor
yeah.
that gets in your.
Yeah, they don't use oil or anything like that. The original the ones came out, they were, they used
Some kind of
different
propellant.
kinds of oil, not weed oil,
Right.
as an emulsifier. They didn't make you cough too if you're not careful. But you can almost always tell when you're taking it out, you can tell if you're going to cough or not. I mean, I've got a little, when I was first doing it, I didn't feel it. There's a little bit of an itch right now that says, go ahead and cough. Oh, fuck no, I'm not going to cough. I already coughed today. That's another thing. If you cough early in the morning, you know, or early in the day when you get up, then it's harder to cough later on, you know, especially in the evening.
It's kind of like that's with asthma treatment. Yeah, when you wake up, you take your medication. Usually, you're set for most of the day of not having any problems.
Check out the camera up there.
Every
That's
once
right.
in a while,
And what's cool about it, Chris, you got to see the pictures because it's black and white, but the red guitars show up. Really cool. And you can adjust it so you can use different, have it different colors highlighted. And it's really weird because it catches the reflection from light on it too. So like the contour is white instead of red. It's really crazy. It's good stuff. Austin sent me it this morning. Sent me a thing where it was a video of how to make oil like a pro. And I thought, okay, cool, I'm gonna watch this because, you know, give me some ideas. Well, no, it's an actual place where they make the oil, and it's professional. They've got all these fucking flasks and all this other stuff connected to make, you know, to purify it and all the other stuff. And I thought, well, it could be something I can do, you know. You can make your own by using butane and punching it
Or,
through, put all the weed in,
the
and
way,
blow it through.
the
but-
one that the guy RSO Rob Simpson oil. Take your ounce of pot,
Yeah, I know.
in a jar, pour alcohol in it, let it sit there, put it down in the, pour it out, and let it sit. You got your oil.
Yeah.
That's the simplest way. But that doesn't get. But that's what they say. It gets the whole cannabinoid. But if you're trying to go for THC, yeah, then you go with the butane or whatever other. There's at least 10 other methods.
Putting it in a glass thing like that, it does. I mean, the thing is, it leaves the residue of the alcohol that you use on the weed, which makes it flammable. Butane butane's the bad thing about that too, is that if you get a spark while you're blowing that stuff out with the butane, you very easily could
Get hurt,
hurt bad.
blinded, blown up.
Or just a simple flyer on your leg. Or
So-
just your foot.
On that show, I almost got away with it. There are a huge number of the people are from Tennessee and Florida.
Oh yeah. The southern states have that shit
But it's
mastered.
like Tennessee and Florida are like the fucking worst places in America to.
California's pretty bad too.
Well, yeah, I mean, but it's like New York.
I mean, as far as the chases, New York they don't have
They
very
don't
many
have car
famous
chases at all.
but in California they do all
It's
the time.
all the time. Because well, it's
and
like
Florida and Texas and Tennessee, any of these states that have wide open highways, gets pretty bad. I mean, you know, it's funny that you don't see them here, but there's no reason to be racing between Marysville and Bellingham. You know.
well, if you're being chased by the cops, but
Well, I
there
mean-
was the one where the guy murdered people in that little town.
Yeah, but also Richard, you know, he was on made.
There's been a
news.
few car chases here, but they're not. It's
I thought-
harder to do a car chase here because the roads bend so much that if you start trying to go too fast, you're dead.
I think it's just hilarious that I remember watching the news that night, and they were talking about a crazy car chase. I think it was on Highway 9, and it ended when the driver crashed the car into the Skagit River, and it was like January 4th. And they showed the video of the guy getting out of the car and crawling up the fucking side of the thing,
Like
still
it.
trying to get away.
Right.
Soaked in ice, still trying to get away. He also lost his shoes in the wreck. And it was Richard. You couldn't tell it was him by watching the video, but then he's like, oh yeah, that was me. God damn, man.
What's the
Stop doing that shit.
Why?
Well, you know what it was? It was like a few days after it was like a few months after they legalized weed here, so it was
Right.
in 2012. But he had meth in the car with him. I said, why'd you have that? He said, well, selling. I said, not using it, right? And he said, no. I said, well, it's stupid to sell it too. You see why now? You go and run, because he thought he was, you know, the pot, he didn't realize the pot was legal, and that's why he was running. Of course, he probably had a lot more than an ounce of pot. But then, you know, he also got caught doing that, did he get caught doing that? I think he did. I think that was one of the cars, actually. Because he got caught working with that Russian mob up there, stealing brand new cars off the lot. And if you got a brand new one,
What?
it was $5,000, and if you got each year after that was $1,000 taken off. So because you know they steal them, put them on a boat, and take them over to Russia, and then sell them to billionaires over there, or millionaires.
Whoever.
Yeah, whoever can come up with the money. And it's crazy when you realize. I mean, if you live over there, you know you're not buying you're not buying a sanctioned Nissan. You're buying a stolen car.
In many cases.
Because, well, there's no
the black
legitimate,
market runs things that they have.
there is
they're
no
like-
legitimate Nissan dealer over there,
Probably
or
not.
Ford dealer, or Lexus dealer. You know, it's I don't want to say crazy, but
Again, I keep on.
you know, any warranty you would get with a brand new car here, you're not going to get that over there. Ford's not going to stand behind that shit when it's a stolen car.
Oh no.
I wonder. I imagine you probably couldn't even buy a.
McDonald's closed down there.
Yeah, yeah.
Because you're a fucking bunch of fascists.
Yep.
You're not gonna get any of our good food, our terrible food.
What was funny is that they came up with their own, of course.
Right.
But
Okay, well, you can't have our KFC. Come up with something like that.
Yeah. It'll be KFR. Kentucky Fried Rat. It's good for the economy, comrade. But fucking finding out good rat taste and then fucking hunting rats on them.
Kind of funny that, they have the control of all this oil in other parts of the world. And those countries are telling the Russians, come on over, get it. We're not sending it to you. You might have pumped it out of our ground, but you can come and get it. We're not giving it to you.
So I made mistakes on that. I think that's a good sign that the bridge is coming up. But I went too early on it. Came back way too early. Okay. I like this thing. And I think I like it because it's so spontaneous. You know what? As if most of my stuff isn't, right?
Well, again, just a playing person, and I like to play along with things.
Yeah, so do I, but I like to have something to play along. I don't want to play around with somebody else. You know, I don't want to record other people's songs. I want to record our stuff. You know. Now, that being said,